All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Wrap for Thursday. Wow, look at this hair now. They're out of control. Thursday, 17th of March, 2022. What a day. First of all, on the pre-stream, we had many topics to talk about. In particular, we addressed a new game coming up from Supermassive Games called The Quarry. Talked about it in detail. In addition, we did squash some drama. Check it out for yourself. I don't really want to go into detail here about it. You can check out that video on demand right here on DSP Gaming. Then, oh, by the way, there was a new overlay for the pre-stream podcast, too. That was very nice. Final Fantasy VI. Ooh. Then, on the Elden Ring stream, Caelid exploration and investigation. Caelid is weird to me, and here's why. It seems like some of Caelid is definitely in level with what I'm supposed to be doing. I can kill the enemies in 2 to 3 hits. Yes, there's some challenge because things are hitting me for a lot of damage, but man, I can kill them fairly easily. But then there's other parts of Caelid that things take a million hits to kill, even though it's the same enemy. Like there's bat creatures that in certain parts of Caelid I can kill with 2 to 3 hits, and other parts it's like 20. And I'm like, it's the same region, right? Like it says Caelid, it looks the same. Why is there this weird jump in the middle of Caelid from weaker stuff to really, really challenging stuff? Like, I'm kind of annoyed because I got to the bottom of a tower, the Divine Tower of Caelid, and I wanted to fight the boss there. I can't take a hit from him. Seriously, I take one hit from the fucking guy, and I lose almost all my health. So I might go back to him at a future date. Today, it was more exploration. We actually found all kinds of fun stuff. I don't really want to spoil, but man, it was a good variety of stuff that we did today in Caelid. And for the last hour of the stream, I got stuck on a ridiculously tough boss. Let's just say that 3 versus 1 is not very fair, and I am really making an honest effort in Elden Ring to not use the Ash summons, even though there's definitely situations where the game is kind of expecting you to use them, and it makes it much easier. I have not done it yet. I have stayed away from them, and man, it took me an hour today, but I did beat a very challenging boss that if I had done the Ash summons, I know I would have beaten way quicker, but I felt determined to do it. I did it, but what I'm kind of finding is every single time that I do this now in the playthrough, I don't really get a good reward for it. Like, I kill this crazy tough boss, and the game gives me 7,000 runes and a magic spell I'll never use. And I'm like, that was not equivalent to what I should have gotten. Seriously, I've beaten bosses that have given me 25,000, 30,000 runes and a giant boss weapon that were easy. This boss was ridiculously difficult, and they gave me crap rewards. So there may be some issues with scaling of rewards in the game for sure. Anyway, it was good progress. Tomorrow we continue on with more Caelid exploration on the main stream. There's still much more to do, okay? Then tonight on the Horizon Forbidden West stream, there's good news and bad news. The good news is major story progression. I beat 2 major story missions tonight. The Tomb of Pharaoh's Tomb and another story mission after that, both of them. And I completed a major story mission for Katalo that ends kind of his companion quest, and I even got multiple trophies and all kinds of stuff. The bad news is the game kind of fell apart tonight. Now, I've been playing this game for almost 30 hours, I want to say. Yeah, 28 hours as of tonight. I've played it for 30. I really haven't seen many issues. It's been pretty polished. I would say the biggest problem is the wonkiness of the platforming. Tonight, I saw wonkiness everything I did. I was swimming and got stuck in a wall for a good 2 minutes. Finally got myself unstuck. There was a lot of weird glitches going on in combat. In particular, I was fighting multiple enemies. One of them hit me with something and forced my character to T-pose. Literally T-pose in the middle of my gameplay, and I couldn't move. Delightful. And then there was a really annoying part at the end when I was trying to finish the second story mission of the night, and the game has this situation 2 times where it literally just keeps throwing waves of enemies at you that you can't see. They just appear literally out of thin air and hit you with cheap shots. And I died a bunch of times to it. I was very frustrated because I felt it was unfair. Then I get to the big boss, and I beat it easily. And I'm like, now wait a minute. The point of a dungeon or a story mission in a video game is you're supposed to have a build to a big encounter at the end, and the boss is supposed to be the exciting challenge of the dungeon. Not the repetitive minions leading up to the boss, but the way they programmed the game, because they made it unfair, respawning in, enemies you don't even know are coming, kind of cheap shot stuff. literally the dungeon is the chore, and then you get to the boss, and it's a cakewalk, and you're like... So, it was kind of very anticlimactic for me. And now that I'm nearing the end of the game, from what I'm to understand, we are getting very close to the end of the game. Likely within the next week of me playing it, because I am playing it again Sunday night, and then likely, Wednesday and Thursday night. I'm playing it probably 3 more times in the next week. Likely I'm going to beat it, okay? I hate to say it, it seems like it is getting weaker the further in I'm getting now. The story actually is quite good, and I think we had a big plot twist at the end of the stream tonight. That was quite entertaining, and I'm excited to now play it again and see where this plot twist is going. But I was very disappointed with the combat. Like, I was like, wow, it's like, as you get further in, instead of more challenging enemies, more interesting encounters, it's just throw 100 enemies at them at once and just let them deal with it. Because we ran out of ideas at this point. That's really what it feels like. It feels like they ran out of ideas now for the gameplay. It seems like the story's still good, but the gameplay, they're giving up now. They're kind of throwing in the towel in the final hour. What do they call it? The 11th hour. Like, well, we ran out. And by the way, it's funny because the boss I killed, the game gave me a trophy. You've beaten every type of robot now. So I'm like, so you're literally telling me with this trophy, I've seen all the game has to offer. I fought every enemy, and there will be nothing new for the rest of the playthrough. That sucks. Right? Like, to tell you you've seen everything, it's over. It's kind of like, that really stinks. I wish that wasn't the case. But, okay then. So anyway, it's kind of a mixed bag for me. I liked the story progression we had tonight. But I was very frustrated with the bugs I was encountering, and the issue with that they kind of ran out of ideas with the combat. And it kind of felt to me like all the polish that I'd seen of the game up to this point kind of wore off. And we started to saw some of the cracks in the game now. We'll see. So anyway, I'm playing it again in a couple days, and we'll see what happens. So anyway, overall, I really enjoyed today's streaming day. We had good progress in both games. Was there frustration in both games? Absolutely there was. But at the very same time, it was fun. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today. If you weren't here on stream, you can get caught up on the videos. Tomorrow, it'll be Elden Ring on the first stream again. More Caelid Exploration. Tomorrow night is Friday Night Fights. Old school Street Fighter fun on the late stream. I hope you'll join me for that. And actually, this week we're going to be doing it on Xbox, because last week we were having issues with PlayStation, finding competition. And when I went to Xbox, we actually found people 2 weeks ago. So we're going to try just exclusively on Xbox this week and see how it goes. Okay? All right, guys. So thank you so much. It was a great streaming day. I hope you all have a good evening, and I hope to see you tomorrow for another full day of fun. Thanks. See you then.